Oh, when the Spurs go marching in. No, I'm not doing that. It's sickening. It is sickening. I hope you're well. Welcome back to the Rory Talks Football channel, your daily Arsenal news, updates, debates, and my opinions. Although today it's more about City and Spurs than it is about Arsenal. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. We're about 19 subscribers away from 10,300. So if you're not subscribed, do me a favor. And if you could click a like on the video as well, that would be greatly appreciated. Loads of you here already. Sportcat, Pekka, Icarus, Drax, Cedar Tree, Hyper Protagonist, Jakob, Cafo, Jakob again, a different Jakob rather than Jakub, I suppose. Emili, Oi, 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 Carter, Ethan Udall, Ross Lawman, Andreas, Lukey, Tentago, Ian, Tezzy May, Eric, and many, many more. It's weird. It's weird. It's just a weird feeling. There's not much Arsenal news to talk about today either. Like genuinely not much Arsenal news to talk about. So yeah, we're just gonna discuss, this evening's game. The team news will come out at 7, so we'll go through that when that comes out. We had 2 new Francescos yesterday. Yeah, it was a wild one. Is OG Francesco here today? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Francisco Oliveira is here. Confident you think Spurs can get something? No. I have zero faith in Spurs. Absolutely zero faith in Spurs. Couldn't have less faith in them if I tried. But look, all we've got is faith. All we've got is faith. Imagine they lost today. I'd be shitting bricks on that last day. Footy Judge Mo's in the building. What a legend. Here for the support. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, you're allowed to say it. You're allowed to say it. It's not as disgusting when you say it because you're not an Arsenal fan. I'm going to be like Lee. I won't celebrate a Spurs goal, but if they win, I'll be running down the street screaming, "Come on, you Spurs!" I don't know which Lee. Not Lee. Which Lee? Not the Lee I'm thinking of. The Lee I'm thinking of just in a permanent state of meltdown. Arsenal fans changing their profile pictures to Spurs is too far in supporting them. Yeah, some of it has gone a bit overboard. Some of it has gone a bit overboard. Changing profile pictures. I mean, some Arsenal fans are going to the game. There were so many tickets available on the Spurs ticket exchange that, lots of Arsenal fans are going to go, which is just going to be carnage. AFTV, Lee Judges. Yeah, Lee Judges. Where is the Spurs shirt for tonight? Well, I've gone white. I've gone as close to white as I can get whilst... Lee from AFTV that never celebrates Harry Kane goals. Love it. Aren't you playing right wing? Honestly, Mr. Black, what a fraud. Putting me on the right wing. And he's seen me play football live in the flesh. He knows I'm not a right winger. Honestly. Putting me out on the wing... I go to turn the burners on and it's like a fucking cruise ship stuck in reverse. No acceleration. Will Arsenal fans wear Spurs in the stadium? I can't imagine any Arsenal fans own any Spurs stuff, so I assume they'll just wear coats or, I don't know, just white T-shirts or something. But what are they going to do? What? So basically, apparently, Tottenham stewards and stuff are on high alert to be on the lookout for Arsenal fans. What are they going to do? Kick the group of people out that celebrate a Spurs goal? Like the video, please. Yeah, come on. Like the video, please. The judge has spoken. Son masterclass, please. Heung-min Son has been so bad recently, though. He's been so bad recently. Only thing we need is a 0-0 draw and maybe 5 goals against Everton in order to win the league. Yeah, I mean, look, a draw would be fine. A draw still means that Spurs can't get Champions League and it puts it back in our hands again. What's the injury and doubts list for Spurs and City? Spurs is worse than City's. Spurs are missing Basuma, Richarlison, obviously Ben Davies, Udogie. So they might end up playing Oliver Skip at left back again. That's what we could be relying on, by the way. Oliver Skip up against Foden or Bernardo Silva. Okay. King Kai, good to see you. There is no hope, and you know it. The Spurs team isn't getting a result. I know. But all we can do is hope. So it is what it is. By the way, early shout out for Tifo. I'll be live on Tifo. Basically, this stream will end at about 7:15, and then about half an hour later at 7:45, 15 minutes before kickoff, I'll go live on Tifo for the watch along. The link to Tifo is down below. And if you're new to Tifo, it's completely free to use. If you're new to it, the code when you sign up is Rory, RORY, in full caps. So now that we've promoted that, and I mean, it's just an unbelievable night of streaming you've got ahead of you, because after the watch along, I'll then dip for like half an hour to make content for TikTok, and then I'll be live again on Twitch for the gaming streams. So we'll be continuing with The Last of Us walkthrough. And tonight, I'm not dying. I am not dying tonight on stream, literally and in the game. So have you seen the fans blow fireworks at Man City's hotel? Yeah, but Man City weren't there. Man City weren't at the hotel. To be honest, I think I found it a bit embarrassing, to be honest, because they've gone with balaclavas on at 2:00 in the morning on a Monday and lit fireworks outside a hotel that the Man City team weren't staying at, because the Man City team travel down on the day of the game when it's an evening kickoff in London. And so all they've done is wake up a load of random people in a hotel and a load of residents. It's a bit embarrassing. It is a bit embarrassing. The no dying thing did not end well last time. No, but tonight is different. I've even got a counter. That's going to be on the screen even. Is this game the title decider? No, I think the title deciders have been and gone. Being 100% honest, I think City win tonight and we both win on the final day, and we look back at it and the title decider was, I don't know, the deciding game was when we lost to Villa. Love how all Spurs fans think tonight is deciding the title. Regardless of the result tonight, both City and Arsenal need to win at the weekend. Spurs are making themselves feel relevant. It's a very weird one for Spurs fans, right? It is a very weird one how there is a genuine level of excitement amongst the Spurs fan base to see their team lose. And it's like, if they'd beaten us, this game, losing this game wouldn't matter for them. If they'd beaten Newcastle, who had Jacob Murphy at right back and a centre-back pairing of Kraft and Dan Burn, if they'd beaten that Newcastle team, they could afford to lose tonight and still be in with a chance of getting Champions League. There are so many results that they could have had that wouldn't have left them in this one situation where there's basically no winning for them. Because ultimately tonight, they're either guaranteed not going to be in the Champions League, or they'll have helped us win the title, or at least put it in our hands. So it's bizarre that they are seemingly very excited about losing the game. It is strange. For some reason, a draw is 50% possible. A draw is not 50% possible in my book. I truly believe Villa getting that draw gives Tottenham 3 times the motivation to win their remaining 2 games and get Champions League football. Yeah, maybe. But I just don't think Spurs can do it. It's not even a motivation thing for me. I genuinely don't think Spurs have the quality or ability to do anything against this City team. And if there was one thing they were going to draw on, I guess you could say it would be a kind of really raucous crowd that was really up for it. And that's not going to be the crowd. The crowd is going to be very, very weird. So it's tough. Fulham at home is going to be the one that everyone thinks about. But I think about the shocking decisions we got against Chelsea, Villa and Newcastle away will be the ones that cost us. F the PGMOL. Yeah, I mean, look, you can go back and look at any single one. Look, there are 10 games that we drop points in, right? I would say Anfield and the Etihad are the only 2 of those 10 that you look back at and you don't think you'd have done anything differently. The other ones, Fulham home and away, West Ham at home, Villa, Newcastle, even, and like you said, that Chelsea game. I mean, I still see, that handball that went against Saliba in the game against Chelsea, I'm still yet to see a similar handball get given. I'm pretty sure we saw one last night against Van Dijk, where Van Dijk had gone up for the header, so his arms were up in the air, and it got headed against his arm. No penalty given. So But look, there's no point dwelling on it. I hope the one thing I hope is that if we don't win the league, we don't dwell on it too much because we've genuinely had a brilliant season, not a perfect season, but a brilliant season. And look, if ultimately we don't win, that's gutting. But I hope we don't dwell on it. I hope everyone just gets well up for next season instead, because it's just more progress. It's more progress. It's once again, Arteta has improved on the previous season. Every single season under Arteta, we've improved in pretty much every metric. Twitter leaks, usually reliable. Edison, Gvardio, Walker, KDB, Foden, Haaland all start. Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected, to be fair. The annoying thing is we beat West Ham and Fulham at home easily if we played them right now. Oh, 100%. 100%. But equally, right, you could say some of the games that we won, we might not have won if we'd played them at different times. So that's kind of swings and roundabouts. But if Spurs lose, do we hold out any hope for West Ham? Absolutely not. Man City haven't lost a home game in the Premier League since 2022. West Ham are not the team that are going to suddenly change that. Important to remember, this is the beginning and not the end. Exactly. Rory, bet £20 on a Spurs draw. No, to be fair, if I do put a bet on tonight, it's going to be on Man City winning, so that at least the pain that will come with Man City winning will be financially rewarded for me. You sure you can't play right wing? I mean, I can play right wing. In the same way that Jorginho could play right wing, just not necessarily in the way that you'd want him to. Bowen, Kudus, and Paqueta on the counter. Look, yeah, but the problem is fucking Kurt Zuma in defence and Ogbonna in defence. That's the problem. When will Pep leave? He's already won everything. I don't know. He's a scumbag. Cheated his entire career. Cheated as a player. Cheats as a manager. He lives in a world of cheating. He's a fraud. Rory, don't get in the way of fate. No bets tonight. Yeah, maybe I should steer clear. Seasons for all teams go up and down. I can guarantee that, for example, the Chelsea now would not lose some of the fixtures they did at the beginning. Dwelling out is useless. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even the Chelsea team that we beat 5-0, if we played them now, it probably wouldn't be 5-0. The direction of travel is important. We need to keep that in mind if we miss out on the title. 100%. 100%. Pep Guardi cheater. Hope for a draw. How did Pep cheat as a player? He got done for doping twice. He got banned. He got banned for taking illegal steroids twice. So, right wing, are you left-footed? No, I'm right-footed. Hey, Rory, thought you was going to 8-2 us. I warned you. Imagine Bruno and Rashford was playing. Yeah, but Z, your warning was that you were going to beat us. So, I got the score wrong, but the result right. You got all of it wrong. So, that's why he's bold. Probably. Spurs won one of their last 5 games. I think that definitely brings down our chances for a win. Who said they won't fight? Weren't you a goalkeeper? Yeah, I was a goalkeeper for most of my career, yeah. I say career as if I was some sort of professional footballer. But all the way through kids and then through Sunday League, I was a goalkeeper. I can see you cut in and bend it top right. Shooting, I'm good at. I am good at. Not on The Last of Us, but with a football. Here's Francesco. Look at this. Francisco Oliveira and Francesco messaging one after the other. What day is the next forfeit of the 10 and 10 challenge? Day 50. Day 50, I've got to do smelling salts, but like the really extreme smelling salts. So that's going to be fun. I can see Rory as a nippy winger. A nippy winger. I don't think I could be further from a nippy winger if I tried. Pep used the stupid net spend stat in the press conference to justify the 115 low. That net spend argument is the most infuriating argument. And he either, right, he is genuinely a brain-dead donkey, or he knows exactly what he's doing, but he's happy to just lie and pretend. The whole, in the last 5 years, our net spend's been less than Arsenal's. It's like, okay, but the net spend between 1992 and 2013 Man City are top of it, despite the fact that half of that they were in the bottom half of the Premier League or the Championship. It's an unbelievably ridiculous. Pep inherited, right, a team that had won the league twice in the last 4 years. They already had players like Kevin De Bruyne, Aguero, David Silva, Yaya Toure, Vincent Kompany. And on top of that, he's then gone and spent basically the same as Arsenal. In fact, he spent more than Arsenal. It's just the net spend is lower because they do things like selling James Trafford for 20 million or Cole Palmer for 45 million. How can they do that? Because they've spent so much money on their academy, fraudulently, bringing in players that they shouldn't have been allowed to bring in and paying them stupid wages. All of which is wrapped up in a nice set of 115 charges, which at some point, hopefully, will tear them down. But it's unbelievable. It's the same. It's the equivalent, right? Of let's say you and I both inherit a house. No, let's say I inherit a house, you inherit fucking nothing, right? My house, I inherit a mansion, and you inherit nothing, right? And we both do the same job, yeah. And in 10 years' time, after 10 years of you working your balls off, you finally saved up a deposit for your own house. Okay, so in 10 years' time, you buy your own house. It's a £400,000 house. It's not a patch on my £2 million mansion that I inherited, right? And in that 10 years, I spent £200,000 just keeping it up to date, just doing renovations here and there, keeping it in pristine condition. Maybe I built a pool inside it as well, because why not, right? But I spent 200 grand in that 10 years. You spent 400 grand on your house. So then we look back at it and we go, well, the 5-year net spend on this, you spent 400 grand. Well, on what? This shithole? I only spent 200 grand and look at what I've built. It's the most ridiculous thing you will ever hear. And it's the problem with Pep Guardiola saying it is that then it gets perpetuated by the complete and utter morons on Twitter that just look at it and go, oh, we've spent less than them. We've spent less than they've spent. It's unbelievable. It is the most ridiculous. It's just misinformation. It is misinformation, pure and simple. He's got a squad that to assemble cost 1.2 billion. And he pretends that they haven't spent money. And all of that money, by the way, they've spent fraudulently. It's absolutely unbelievable. Pep also refused to sign KDB for Bayern, telling him to go to City, knowing he'd be at Man City a season later. Yeah, he's a scumbag. He's a scumbag. He's a cheating scumbag. He was as a player. He is as a manager. Absolute cheating scumbag. Calm down. Your blood pressure is rising. I'm absolutely calm. I'm just spitting facts. I'm spitting facts and I'm calm. I don't know how you can sell something to yourself to avoid FFP. Well, Chelsea are doing that, but that's a whole other can of worms. Fraudiola. How much has Arteta spent? Arteta has spent, I think, 590 million. I think he spent 590 million. But that means his net spend is about 500 million because he inherited 0 players that were actually capable of being sold. He inherited a bunch of donkeys. He inherited absolute dross. Whereas Pep Guardiola, every year they generate 100 million plus in academy player sales, And that's because they've been out there for years bringing in players illegally. It's unbelievable. 700 million? No, the 700 million that always gets spread is wrong. It's 590 million. I don't know where the 700 million thing came from. I'm certain it's 590 million. But either way, it's such a nonsense argument. It is such a nonsense argument. Let's all pray that Nando's FC gets something. Thank you for the £2. No, the 2. I don't know what that is. 2 money anyway. Thank you very much for the 2 money. And we will indeed pray. We will indeed pray. Never thought I'd be cheering Spurs. Today is the day. Same. Why do they say Arteta spent when it's the club that spent the money? I don't know. And the thing is, right, I'm not even arguing that we've spent money. We have spent a lot of money to get back to here because we had to. But if you actually look at it, until last summer, there wasn't a single player in our squad that we'd spent more than 50 million quid on, right? Until last summer. Bear in mind, we had a title race. We were in a title race without Kai Havertz and without Declan Rice. Not a single player that we'd spent more than 50 million quid on. Man City, they'll spend 50 million on Calvin Phillips and never use him and ruin his career. They'll spend 50 million on Mateus Nunes last summer, not use him, and then this summer they'll be looking for Paqueta and Bruno Guimaraes. You know, they'll spend 100 million on Jack Grealish, realize he's not very good, so spend 50 million on Doku as a backup for him. That's what you're competing with. It's francs. I'm from Switzerland. Oh, thank you very much. They are francs. They are 2 francs. Oscar Bob was playing at Porto, but because he was under 16, he couldn't be at Porto, but somehow managed to go to City. They've done it with loads of players. Brahim Diaz. Was it Brahim Diaz they did it with? There was a thing the other day that I was reading where basically, in theory, the only way that you can bring in an under 16 player to your club is if their parents legitimately move to the area for work or whatever. So Man City basically set it up so that the kid's parents had jobs so that they could move to Manchester so that he could sign for the academy. I mean, it's all of it. The whole thing is rotten to the core. City is an artificial club swimming in pools of money. This is a fact. Exactly. And the reason that Pep Guardiola was getting so annoyed about it, the reason Pep Guardiola got so annoyed about the question in the press conference and started waffling on about money is because he knows it. He knows that no one respects Man City. He knows that no one will ever care about Man City in the way that they care about other clubs. And we all know it because everyone wants Man City to win the league again this season. No other club, if they were on for a four-peat, would have other clubs cheering for them. But Man City do because no one cares about them because everyone knows it's just built on fraudulence. Ferran Torres transfer saga is shocking too, and then they somehow sold him for 50 million. Exactly. Pep reminded me of Nobbins with his defensive response. Yeah, well, Nobbins is a disciple of Pep. The thing with that Savio guy who's been passed around the City group of clubs like Troyes and Girona and has ended up at City again for a massively discounted price. Yeah, it's constant. It's constant. I'm telling you, every single thing about that club is rotten to the core. Every single thing. Ish, there's going to be a watch-along on TIFO. Link is in the description. The watch-along will be on TIFO. It will start at 7:45, 15 minutes before kickoff. Would you be at the Tottenham Stadium if you got the chance? No. The problem is, where would I go? Where would I go? Like, I'm by no means famous, but there are enough Tottenham fans that hate me enough that if I went to the Tottenham Stadium and tried to sit in the home end, I'd probably end up in hospital. Pepe was such a flop, 50 million. No, Pepe was 70 million. Pepe was 72 million, but that's the point. If Man City bought him for 72 million, they'd have sold him for 60 million. That's the difference. And Pepe wasn't even an Arteta signing either. And that was the problem, right? Arteta inherited £72 million Pepe and got zero back for him. So that on the net spend, effectively, Mikel Arteta had to deal with what was on paper a £72 million player that was never worth that, and then got nothing in return for him that he could then go and spend. Do you think Man United would have gotten fourth without the level of injuries that they've had? Maybe, but the issue with that argument is that then you could say, well, would Chelsea have got, okay, if Man United had no injuries, would they have ended up in fourth? Maybe. But then if Newcastle had no injuries, would they have ended up in fourth? Maybe. If Chelsea had no injuries, would they have ended up in fourth? Maybe. If Tottenham had no injuries, if Villa had no, like, everyone's had a lot of injuries. So it's a tough one. I do think Man United got especially unlucky with their defensive injuries, all hitting them at the same time. But do you think the players know that they get paid in a sus way off the books? Yeah, of course the players know about it. The referral code is Rory. R-O-R. It's this. No, this. R-O-R-Y, full caps. The meme Tifo sent in the watch-along email today has me dead. I didn't see it, to be honest. I didn't. Oh, was it the Arsenal surrounding Tottenham thing? Yeah. There's 240 of you in here, by the way. If you could subscribe, we are trying to get to 10,300. We're about... let me double check how far away we are from 10,300. Because I guarantee of the 240 of you in here, we're 15 away. There are 15 of you in here right now that aren't subscribed. So please do subscribe and hit the like button whilst you're doing it. Just take a moment to hit the like button. Close your chat if you're watching on mobile and hit the like button. The only reason Arsenal fans should be at the game is if they run onto the pitch during a City attack. I'll tell you what, that's that. Honestly, if we had just organised it so that one fan runs onto the pitch every single time City are on the attack, what can happen now? Benjamin, I appreciate it. Don't listen to Rory. We're on the road to 100k. Well, one day we will get to 100k. Cavan Sullivan is the most recent City signing under 15. Yeah, it's just constant. It's just constant. Didn't they just sign someone from the MLS who was 14? Is that the same kid? It's bonkers. Haaland only cost 60 million. That's a joke. Agent and his father got money. City paid much more than 60 million. So here's the thing, right? In the window that they bought Haaland, he was pretty much the only significant signing that they made in that window, right? And yet in that year, they paid the same number. They paid the same amount in agent fees that Chelsea paid in that window when Chelsea had spent an unbelievable amount of money and signed about 15 players. Where did those agent fees go? Oh, they went to Erling Haaland's agent, who is his father. So basically, they paid double what they actually paid for Haaland. It just went to his agent. Like, it is all rotten. Do you think the Ratcliffes are good for United? Well, it's just one. It's just one Ratcliffe, but it's hard to tell. I mean, they own Nice, right? They own Nice in Ligue 1, and they're like 5th. So it's not amazing. All right, Rory, any idea if you're going to be putting VODs up on Twitch? Sadly, you stream a bit too late for me. Yes, I didn't realize I had to. I didn't realize I'm so bad at streaming. It's unbelievable, right? There's a button that I had to click, which would mean that the VOD would save onto Twitch after I finish streaming. So I've clicked that button now. So from tonight onwards, the Twitch streams will save as a VOD. If you're not following me on Twitch, by the way, the link to that is in the description as well. We're trying to get to 200 followers on Twitch, so feel free to go and follow over there. City were accused of paying young players' families six-figure sums to get them to sign. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. There's just so much. There is so much. It's a never-ending well of just rot, absolute rot that they have done. I have a feeling the only punishment for 115 will be a few million quid. If the punishment is not severe, then every single Premier League club should just walk away and set up a new league without them. And I mean that genuinely. If their punishment is not severe, every Premier League club should come together and just go, we're just going to go and reform. We'll just reform, all of us, the exact same 19 teams, and we'll take the top team in the Championship and we'll just go and form another league. See ya. Be careful, City might sue me. Sue me for what? Saying that they're rotten? They are rotten. Rotten to the core. Sue me, bitch. Why am I nervous for a Spurs game? I'm nervous. I'm not nervous, really, because I'm just so absolutely certain that City are going to win. But what should the punishment be? Relegation, at least. At least relegation. At least relegation. You get players at City who are never ridiculed in the media. Players like Grealish, Phillips, etc. don't get scrutinised. Yeah, they get no scrutiny. Spurs lineup's looking a little weak. I'll bring up the lineups in a minute. Is this a small City rant? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they should get relegated. They should get relegated. They should get a massive transfer ban. They should get a massive ban from signing academy players. All of it. All of it. Saw the new clips on TikTok. I appreciate it, Pekka. Honestly, so now that I've got VODs, I can do the clips myself, but I appreciated the clips that you made because, yeah, the clips that you make, I will keep putting on TikTok. So I appreciated that. It was good. Liquidation, in my opinion. Yeah, liquidate them. No, you can't liquidate them because you can't get rid of the club, but you can really heavily sanction them. Oh my God, Rory, talk about the Neville Carragher team of the season already. I didn't think it was too bad, to be honest. I think there was 4 Arsenal players in there. I didn't think it was too bad. Thoughts on Walters, Keto, Taylor Hart, and Okonkwo leaving for free this summer? It's my feeling with the academy players that are all leaving for free is that this better be part of the plan. Basically, this better be part of the plan. The plan, if the plan isn't that we are going to go out and sign young players that are better than them, then I think it's a problem. What's your team of the season? I'll do my team of the season at the end of the season. I will do my team of the season at the end of the season. Right, here we go. Here we go. The lineups are out. City, Ederson, Walker, Diaz, Gvardiol, Stones. Stones is back in. Rodri, Foden, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, Doku, Haaland. Interesting. Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Emerson Royale. Oh, is this not the right team? Some of you are saying that Højbjerg's in it. Is this not the right team? Oh, this is still predicted. It normally updates pretty quickly. It hasn't updated yet. It hasn't updated yet. It normally... okay, we'll wait then. We'll wait. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. Wait, but that just changed, because that was... That just changed, right? That was Gvardiol before, no? Okay. We'll wait a minute. SofaScore is out. Van der Ven's at left back. Okay, that's better. If Van der Ven's at left back, that's better. Yeah, I thought Akanji was injured as well. This is just wrong. It still hasn't updated. FOTMob is being fraudulent. I'm just going to do it on my phone. I won't be able to bring it up, but I'll just go through them on my phone instead. I mean, I could bring it up, but I just can't be bothered to show Twitter. Okay, the Tottenham lineup: Vicario, Porro, Romero, Dragusin, Van der Ven, Højbjerg, Bentancur, Sarr, Maddison, Son, Johnson. Eh? So they've changed their formation. They've changed their formation. They've gone for 3 sort of genuine central midfielders: Højbjerg, Bentancur, and Sarr, Maddison, Son, and Johnson. What's that? Do you think that's going to be like a 4-3-1-2? Do you think that's going to be like a 4-3-1-2? So they'll have the 3 midfielders: Højbjerg, Bentancur, and Sarr, Maddison ahead, and then Johnson and Son as the 2 strikers. It's a counter-attacking team. It is a counter-attacking team. The City lineup: Ederson, Walker, Akanji. Oh, Akanji is in it. Diaz, Gvardiol. So Stones isn't back in. Rodri, Kovacic, Silva, De Bruyne, Foden, Haaland. Yeah, that's more like the team. That's more like the team that I'd have expected. You'll notice, right? He does this every year. Here we go. Here we go. These are the actual teams. You'll notice, right? Suddenly now, every single game, it's Kovacic and Rodri. Every single game now, it's Kovacic and Rodri. Because that was a mistake that he kept making earlier in the year. And he did this last season as well. He gets to the end of the season, and he basically finds the team that is the most sensible. And this is the most sensible team. They have no pace. They have no pace, really, other than Haaland when he gets going. But he doesn't use Doku. He doesn't use Alvarez as a midfielder. He doesn't do any of that stuff. Look, what will be, will be. I don't think it's going to be Maddison off the left. I don't think it's going to be Maddison off the left. I think Maddison's going to sit here, and it's going to be Son and Johnson up top. To me, Maddison off the left is a waste, but we'll see. And changing systems. I mean, it's brave, isn't it? It's brave. I do think this back 4 is better though. This is sensible in terms of having Dragusin and Van der Ven as the left back, rather than keeping Van der Ven at left centre back, but then either having fucking Emerson Royale or Oliver Skip as your left back. Half of the Spuds are Arsenal fans, so they will try. Yeah, none of them are Spurs fans. 2 holding midfielders. 2 holding midfielder players make City very defensively sound. Yeah, it does. Who is Dragusin? Dragusin, they bought in January. They bought Dragusin in January. No, please. I'd love that. I mean, we take it. We would take it. What if Spurs win or draw and we lose to Everton or draw? I don't want to think about that. I don't want to think. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's something I am not thinking about. Bit worried. I hear bad things about Dragusin last time he played. Yeah, I don't think he's brilliant, to be honest, but he's the best that they've got to offer. Ineos can do good. It's going to take time, and they have to do literally everything right for like 5 years. Hiring, for example, Southgate will be detrimental. I think they're going to end up with Thomas Frank. I think United are going to end up with Thomas Frank, personally. Time will tell. Anyway, it is time for Guess the Gooner, the game where I give you 5 clues about an ex or current Arsenal player, and you have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community. Get your fingers on your keyboards. I am starting now. Clue number 1. This player currently plays in the 2nd tier of Chinese football. They currently play in the 2nd tier of Chinese football. Clue number 2. They are 31 years old. Clue number 2, they are 31 years old. Clue number 3, during their time at Arsenal, they went on loan to Crystal Palace, Ajax, and Charlton. During their time at Arsenal, they went on loan to Crystal Palace, Ajax, and Charlton. Clue number 4, they joined from AJ Auxerre in 2013. Clue number 4, they joined from AJ Auxerre in 2013. And clue number 5, they scored 1 goal for us, and it was against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. They scored 1 goal for us, and it was against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. I can see plenty of you have got it, but the question is, who got it first? Who got it first? Right, let's have a scroll. Not getting VAR checked today. Not getting VAR checked today. And the winner is, it's Pekka. Pekka is the winner. I'm giving him it. Sonigo. It was, clearly he was going for Yaya Sanogo, which is the player. So Pekka, congratulations on winning. CM was second. Smithy was third. Umair was fourth. And Devin was fifth. So there you go. Congratulations, Pekka. No VAR checks. No VAR checks. Smithy can swivel on it if he wants a VAR check. I'm not falling for that one again. It was me. I guessed it at the start. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm double checking, but I'm pretty sure you didn't. Oh, you actually did. No, now seriously, because that's the second time in about 4 days that you have correctly guessed it before I've given a clue. Have you hacked me? Have I been hacked? Have I been hacked here? Because that's unbelievable. Pekka, I can only apologise, Pekka. I've sold you a dream there. I've sold Pekka a dream. You've got negative ping. Tumble Valley is a new member of the channel. Tumble Valley, welcome to the Rory Talks Football community. Welcome to being a member of the channel. And thank you massively for your support to the channel. Tumble Valley, what a legend. Yeah, he's ultra programmer, not ultra pro gamer, ultra programmer. And he's programmed something into my computer. It's gaming's going to have a field day. If he was still here. As in the chat. Well, I hope he's still here. Anyway, who knows? Join the club, Pekka. I've also been robbed. I apologise, Pekka. I apologise. What can you do? What can you do? Why Wenger kept playing him, I'll never know why. Yeah, not me. Rory, do you think we should sign Jack? You nearly got me again. You nearly got me. Honestly, people think they can get me. You've got to wait. Do you know how early you've got to wake up? Do you know how early you've got to wake up to get me? Never. Never. There isn't a time early enough that you can wake up that you'll get me. Chelsea got a transfer ban for shady dealing with kids. Why aren't City? Because it's City. Because they spend so much on lawyers. Anyway, it is time for Guess the Non-Gooner. I am going to give you the entire career path of a player who does not and has not played for Arsenal. You have to guess who that player is in the chat. First person to get it right wins the immense pride and respect of the Rory Talks Football community, but not as much respect as Ultra Pro Gamer currently has. This player started their career at the Dortmund Academy. They started their career at the Dortmund Academy. They then moved from Dortmund to Bayern Munich. They then moved from Dortmund to Bayern Munich. They then moved back to Dortmund. They then moved to PSV. They then moved to Eintracht Frankfurt. So Dortmund, Munich, Dortmund, PSV, Eintracht Frankfurt. And plenty of you have got it. It is Mario Götze. It is Mario Götze. And the first person to get it was... just make sure I don't get VAR checked again. Make sure I don't get VAR checked again. Okay, I'm not getting VAR checked. I'm not getting VAR checked. The winner was Nick N. Nick N is the winner. Second was Alex Mugisha. Third was CM. Fourth was HPG Gunner. And fifth was Ethan Udall. So there you go. Congratulations. Congratulations to Nick N. Well done. Ross Lawman thinks he was top 5. Ross, I might have bad news for you, buddy. Ross, you're not going to believe it. You were 6th. It was Ethan Udall in 5th and you were in 6th. Pain. Spurs not winning tonight. To dare is to don't. Yeah, probably not. Score prediction. Score prediction for tonight is 5-0 Man City. 5-0 Man City. That's the prediction. That's the prediction. Unfortunately, I don't like it. I don't want it. But that's the prediction. We got some 3-0s. We got some 2-0s. 3-2 Spurs. 4-0 Man City. Weird feeling 2-2. Are you trying to jinx it? No. I'd never try and jinx it. Do you think United will win the FA Cup? No. They'll get battered. Ultra Pro Gamer says 3-3. He never misses. Ultra Pro Gamer's already seen it. Ultra Pro Gamer's already seen it. It ends 3-3. It ends 3-3. He's already seen it. So there you go. We'll wrap it up at that. It ends 3-3. GG goes to the final day and we're going to win the league. City will win. Really hope I'm wrong. Yeah. I think you're right. Rodri red card on Maddison. Genuinely more likely to see a Maddison red card on Rodri, in my opinion. But we shall see. Look, anyway, I am going to end the stream there. Obviously, it was a slightly shorter one because there's just not a lot of Arsenal stuff to talk about. But I will be live again in about half an hour on TIFO. The link is in the description to that. Use the code RORY, RORY, full caps, if you are new to TIFO. Free platform. It's the future of football watch-alongs. I'm very excited to be streaming on there. And then I'll be live again after that on Twitch. The link to that is also in my bio, in the description, sorry. But if you're not going to watch either of those, I hope you have a fantastic evening. And I will be back live as normal tomorrow on this channel at 6:30. But until then, goodbye.